Look at this dislike count. That's 1.8 million, most likely an underestimate since I'm using a browser extension. This ranks among some of the most disliked videos on the entirety of YouTube. And this is the reveal of a Minecraft movie. A movie that, if I may be so bold as to say, would go on to define an era. The Minecraft movie is an anomaly. It went from being one of the most hated movie projects ever to becoming one that goes beyond pushing the boundaries of video game adaptations. This film is a milestone in pop culture history, revitalizing a dying movie theater culture, for better or for worse. Now, some of you fellas might say, oh yeah, of course the movie was a success. Look at the celebrity cast, the ties to a nostalgic IP, the memes, the ties to a nostalgic IP. But up until the movie's release, even after I watched it in theaters a week before the rest of the world got to see it, I wasn't sure if this movie was going to flop or not. Do you not remember the hate and the backlash? In fact, I made a whole spreadsheet based on box office valuations before the movie's release, and it honestly looked like the movie would flop. $1 billion later, I guess I made the spreadsheet for nothing. This is my third iteration of this video's script. One question has lived inside my head for the past couple of months. How and why did this go from such a PR nightmare to whatever this is? Good evening, I'm Baggybuns, and chances are you are familiar with a Minecraft movie, whether you are boycotting the movie or whether you're gonna watch it more baked than a potato. The Minecraft movie had one of the most polarizing reveal to releases of any movie ever. Since September of 2024, I've been keeping a pretty close eye on this project. And I mean it when I say close eye. I flinch at every move Mojang, Warner Brothers, and Legendary have been doing in relation to this movie. I've been constantly reading box office valuations, looking at every partnership they did, and I'm actually recording this voiceover in director Jared Hess's closet. Smells like mildew in here. Is that a monkey mask on the wall? Such a terrible first impression got the Minecraft movie team fighting for their careers to save its reputation, so I couldn't help but be curious. How have they handled the crisis, and at what point did such a drastic change in audience perception happen? This video is going to go through the Minecraft movie's entire timeline, and watch out for all the mistakes that it made along the way, but also ways in which it defied the odds and provided hope for the film titan that we have today. We're going to analyze the marketing and the crisis management of the film, and see how the Minecraft movie ended up where it is today. If you have ever seen a movie in your life, then subscribe to the channel. If you've seen more than one, then might as well leave a like on the video too. The concept of the Minecraft movie went all the way back to 2014. Back then, video game adaptations were, how do I put this nicely? Watching them felt like your senses were getting violently assaulted. But unlike all the other adaptations that preceded it, Minecraft was an indie game with a passionate team of developers behind it. They weren't interested in making a quick buck. And then Minecraft was sold to Microsoft in November of that year, and we got these really lazy Minecraft spin-offs, but I digress. Still, that announcement was very interesting to say the least. Minecraft is so open-ended in its gameplay, and has no real characters or story. How could you turn something like Minecraft into a film? Well, thankfully, the Minecraft community on YouTube was in full swing. There have been plenty of Minecraft fan films and concept films on YouTube. Many of them clearly just wanted to visualize what the Minecraft world would feel like in the real world, but others took themselves really seriously. The most notable one, in my opinion, was Minecraftian, a Minecraft movie. While the project had no dialogue and was captured in-game at a nostalgic 10 FPS, it captured both the beautiful, serene world and the horrors of the unknown that made Minecraft so unique. It was a reflection of the Minecraft community. Of course, Warner Brothers and Legendary can't be caught with their pants down making something like that. Over the course of the rough draft phase of the Minecraft movie, they went through 4 different directors: Shawn Levy, Rob McElhenney, Peter Saleh, and finally Jared Hess. This is never a good sign, because not only did it mean that each director brought a different take on the Minecraft movie, but also that the concept of a Minecraft movie didn't inspire much confidence in them. That, or you're trying to get the guy who directed Game of Thrones to now do the Minecraft movie, like, come on. In 2018, the first image relating to the movie was shown off, confirming that the movie is indeed real and is happening. And yep, that is the cover of a script. Big whoop. Fellas, you're not looking hard enough. See that coffee stain? Java? Coffee? Minecraft Java Edition? Film theorists just hire me already. The only other details about this film at the time was the IMDb description, which read, Steve is the only person in the village that doesn't fit in. But one day, while mining for stone, he meets Clunk, the Iron Golem, and together they have wacky adventures. And the casting for Steve was rumored to be none other than Steve Carell. Man, I wish. Okay, now of course we know that this info was completely off. IMDb strangely has pages for movies that don't exist yet with fake, leaked, or unconfirmed information. But honestly, that not real concept would make for a really cute short film. Maybe not a whole movie, but maybe as a YouTube video. People were understandably very skeptical about the film's potential, which ramped up as more details about the movie were revealed. As early as 2019, people have been very critical of the entire concept of the Minecraft movie, from its supposed plotline to the decision to make the movie live action. In February of 2021, there was a very noteworthy Reddit thread in the r/Minecraft subreddit, where people were already critiquing the cringy concept of 4 teens going through the Minecraft portal and saving the world. While there were some details that were slightly off, the end result more or less followed that general structure. Somebody even predicted Jack Black's casting 3 years before it was made official. Farmer of Hearts, you have doomed us all. You are the reason why what happened happened. And if I ever catch you around these areas again, I will mine you like you're a diamond ore deposit. The community brings up plenty of interesting points though. Why wasn't the movie just animated? Why'd the movie have to go for this Jumanji-esque plotline? This dissatisfaction was one of the early warning signs of what was to come later. There was a drip feed of details in the following years, like with Jason Momoa as one of the cast, or the movie being filmed in New Zealand, an interview with Jablinski Games. But none of these details really erased anybody's fears about this project. The only thing we could do is wait for an official teaser. And on September 4th, 2024, we got our first exciting look at the Minecraft movie. Ugh, damn!
That's weird.
Don't know what I was expecting for Steve.
Because a lot of those jokes don't land with me.
Kind of feels like a mobile game ad.
What did they do to my boy?
But it's just Jack Black in a
I would have much preferred it to be a fully animated film.
in a blue shirt.
Steve Black.
Okay, credit where credit is due. There were a couple of shots that looked alright, like that wide shot at the beginning, and the piglins actually don't look as bad as they could have been. But that's about as much praise as I'm willing to give it. This teaser got a whopping 1.8 million dislikes. I wish I was capable of doing something that heinous to gain that much negative attention, and these guys did it by just making a movie. There were 3 main things that people really couldn't stand about the film. First and foremost was the look of the movie. The juxtaposition of the cartoony wildlife and the realistic human characters with the vibrant, pseudo-lifelike environments is absolutely jarring. The human characters look so much larger than the trees, the sense of distance is off, the lighting and the shadows feel so directionless. Even some of the smaller details seem kind of off, like Minecraft wolves don't look like that. Why does that one have such a skinny tummy and such a fat ass? It also has that bright and cartoony look that so many modern movies have adopted nowadays. It doesn't really treat itself like a cinematic experience. Many compared the film's look to the first draft of the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog film, and wanted to bully the studio into yassifying the project. But I think we all knew this would be a futile effort. For Sonic, this gremlin was the only element that really needed a glow up, and they took 5 months and $5 million to remodel and reanimate Sonic. Now multiply that by every computer-generated element that people took issue with in the Minecraft movie teaser, and now you're just making a new movie. Well, I guess that's the point. Second was the casting for this movie, especially for Jack Black. Even in that strangely prophetic Reddit thread, many just expected Jack Black to be a side character or a narrator, not the titular Smash Bros. Ultraman's DLC fighter Steve Minecraft. What does this guy know about Minecraft? I saw the clip of him playing with PewDiePie. He has zero clue what he's doing. Also, Jason Momoa's stylist really hated him. If I were dressed like that, I would also be raging all over set. You know it's gonna be a good film when the cast and crew mistreat each other. We didn't hear much out of the rest of the lineup, but just the way that everybody acted didn't capture a lot of the nuance of Minecraft's atmosphere. These clips just regurgitated this lifeless comedic tone for so much of the teaser, and not like comedy, but like Hollywood comedy.
the hell?
Third of all, where's the
Creeper.
I'm joking. The real reason is that the film just felt really childish. We'll stick a pin in this one because it will come up again later. It wasn't just the fans that were critical of the movie. Even people deeper in the film industry criticized these elements of the movie. In a few videos from the Corridor crew, a couple of the VFX artists mentioned the inconsistency in scaling with the blocks in the game versus the human characters and whatnot. They also suggested that the actors must not have been filmed in a very big location.
You could shoot these on a tiny green screen in your garage, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they're all blocked out. Look at them, they're all standing within like a foot or two of each other, which means their green screen's really small.
They never move anywhere. There's never the camera is never moving through foliage. It's never stuff in the foreground.
And if that is the case, then that is both super sad, but also super hilarious.
Like a little tighter.
Hey, get off that. Get off that.
Your arm, if you go that way, that's where the green screen ends.
The movie's budget is projected to be around $150 million US. And this commentary seemed to suggest that despite the unholy amounts of money pumped into this movie's rectum, they really didn't have the capacity to go fully live action despite their massive budget. Hell, mere hours after the real teaser dropped, a YouTube channel by the name of Illumio dropped an animated version of it, and it looks incredible. Wouldn't more people want to watch something that looks as pleasing as this? Minecraft even outsources some of their animation work for official Minecraft lives to YouTube channels like Element Animation. It seemed like a missed opportunity to do something really special for the Minecraft community, instead opting to go for a big budget cash cow production. I mean, the director for the movie, Jared Hess, was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. I don't care what you think about the Oscars, an animated Minecraft movie seems to be right in his wheelhouse. People were pissed, confused, and pissing while they were confused. Some did try to justify the movie being fully live action like this. Maybe there was probably a reason why the characters were human at first. Based on the scenes we were given at this point, seemed like they entered a portal from the real world and are exploring the unfamiliar mechanics. Still, was it worth this uncanny valley CGI? I don't think it's too far-fetched to ask for animated portions of the movie that are separate from the live action parts. Ready Player One did it. It's a death sentence to have a film that looks this terrible because people generally go to the theaters to see movies that look visually pleasing. This is not that. There's always the possibility that the movie might actually be really good, which can potentially get more people to watch it over time, but it's extremely rare for a movie to pick up after its opening week, and this movie even being decent is a big if. Also, can you imagine the social suicide you'd be committing by asking your friends to go see the Minecraft movie, and then they watch the teasers? What is this?
This is a crafting table.
Oh! So the Minecraft movie has found itself in a bit of a predicament. What do you even do in this situation? Well, you might say that they had a crisis that needed to be managed. In the book Crisis Management, Planning for the Inevitable by Steven Fink, he likens a crisis to a disease. There are early, not so obvious signs of it happening, and when it really hits, you have to do your best to contain it. Otherwise, it will spiral out of control. Reining in a disaster is never an easy thing to do, but along the way, there are small achievable steps you could take to minimize the impact of a disaster, which is where the following framework comes into play. Fink outlines 4 main stages of crisis: the prodromal stage, the acute crisis stage, the chronic crisis stage, and the crisis resolution stage. Learning what to do in each of these stages gives a framework that is useful whether you're a movie studio or a military. Let's start with the prodromal stage. The prodromal stage is when there are little red flags that may predict a crisis. Everybody avoids hundreds of these on the daily subconsciously. Sometimes it's common sense, but other times it's a bit more complicated than that. But generally you could think of the prodromal stage as a pre-crisis. As you can see, the Minecraft movie at this point is far past that stage. The prodromal stage is often recognized in hindsight, so it's useful to recognize what could potentially spell out disaster before, you know, all hell breaks loose. For this project, it could possibly be certain casting decisions, their budgeting, or most tellingly, the dissatisfaction towards the concept of a live-action Minecraft film. But regardless of what things got us here, we now find ourselves in the acute crisis stage, where all hell breaks loose. At the acute crisis stage, it is crucial to turn your attention to risk assessment and risk management, and build a plan to clean this up as soon as possible. Ideally, you want this to be the shortest stage in the crisis life cycle. For the Minecraft movie, however, this was the longest part of the cycle. Since disaster struck on September 4th, 2024, they weren't able to successfully exit the acute crisis stage until the first official trailer dropped in mid-November of 2024. However, it's not like they didn't make an effort. They released another little insight into the movie on Minecraft Live on September 28th, 2024. It consisted of a little behind the scenes look at the sets and whatnot, an interview with the director Jared Hess and Mojang's creative director Torfi Olafsson, and another clip of the movie. It didn't have a lot of eyes on it compared to the first Minecraft movie teaser, and for those that did watch it, it didn't really do that much to change their opinion of it, even doubling down on what people took issue with.
We've always said that Steve isn't really a character. Like, Steve is what you make him, right?
Yeah.
And we've all embodied Steve and been Steve and done different things. So our Steve in this movie is Jack Black.
Wait, isn't that the problem that everybody was having with the movie? If we are meant to be Steve, then it shouldn't be played by one of the most over-the-top, unabashedly themselves actors out there, because we are not Jack Black.
We thought a lot about what kind of movie to do, and we chose live action because it's not something that's been seen before on this scale.
Creators have made such amazing stories and short films and content in the animation space, and it was like, oh, this is the chance for us doing a film to do something different.
You really don't think that a studio level budget or a trained team can produce an animated work that could stand out from frickin' Monster School Bottle Flip Challenge? Making a live-action Minecraft film just because us plebes don't have the resources to do so is really stupid, especially when the film still looks so terrible. The short clip of the actual movie that was shown off once again was pelted with criticisms, mainly because of Jack Black's shenanigans, but they removed the dumb water splash audio when Jason Momoa's character crafts a bucket. A win is a win, and it certainly demonstrated that the team was at least listening, though that was too small of a detail for most people to really catch on to. And in the grand scheme of things, it was too short of a clip to really change anybody's mind. Also, the Minecraft Live tease got a fraction of the attention that the first teaser got. At this point, many people were already writing the movie off, and not even willing to give it a chance. But out there somewhere, one massive force was fighting on the Minecraft movie's behalf. Amidst all the chaos and comparisons to the original Sonic movie trailer, one defense came to the Minecraft movie's rescue. Minecraft is for little kids. Therefore, the Minecraft movie is for little kids. Yeah, I'm sure people will like that take. Oof. Now who could possibly be stupid enough to try and preserve the Minecraft movie's honor by alienating a core demographic of the movie? Oh hi, Kotaku! To be fair, this is a position that was pushed by editorials other than Kotaku. There are few and far between, but the sentiment is exactly the same. The Minecraft movie isn't for you. You referring to anybody over the age of 10. Now, I don't entirely believe that Mojang, Warner Brothers, or Legendary commissioned these articles, but regardless, these were all written in response to the backlash of the Minecraft movie, and they are all structured in the same manner. While some fans aren't happy with the Minecraft trailer, my kid is still really excited. Here's why. Okay, good for him. Sorry, the Minecraft movie isn't meant to be for you. It isn't? Well, why not? Who made you the boss of what I am allowed to consume? Does the Minecraft movie really look bad? Only a 10-year-old can tell us! Sorry, non-10-year-olds, your critiques about aesthetics are null and void. Articles like these all do the exact same thing to convince Minecraft fans that the tarnishing of the Minecraft IP is not that deep. All the articles tell older Minecraft fans that because their young children enjoyed how the Minecraft movie was presented, they should feel bad for wanting to like it, despite themselves finding the movie to be quite ugly. Well, I'm a damn gamer, and I don't have a wife or kids, so I don't feel the need to view the movie through the lens of a child. Children's movie-going experiences are probably atypical for moviegoers that aren't kids. There aren't a ton of people that are willing to fall for certain Hollywood cliches anymore, and it's been played out so much that sometimes even mega corporations feel like they're gonna go bankrupt. The internet now hates actors who play the same character over and over again throughout their entire careers. The only ones that still have the patience to eat it up are little kids, so it's safe to say that this movie was indeed made to appeal to children almost entirely. That's why they're so accepting of the visual style, the narrative tropes, and miscasting, because they haven't gotten tired of them like the rest of us. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Minecraft has been around for 15 damn years, and has been enjoyed by people of all ages. It's not only bad business to make a movie only for kids, it's an insult to the rest of the fanbase. Unfortunately, Kotaku doesn't agree. I hate Kotaku with their abundance of either mega contrarian or super safe no nuance black and white takes on entertainment. The entire point of the Kotaku article was to answer the question, who was the Minecraft movie made for? And yes, we know it was made for little kids only, we weren't born yesterday. But the Kotaku article claims that that's the way it should be. The writer, John Walker, believes that the demographic of Minecraft and the demographic of the Minecraft movie are both little kids, which got people understandably pretty angry. The OG Minecraft players, even if they were children at the time, are fully functioning adults or nearing adulthood. So ignoring that segment of your audience is extremely stupid. The Kotaku article also criticized many older fans for feeling like we owned Minecraft because we grew up with it, and we're the first generation to experience it. Mr. Walker seems to imply that we're gatekeeping Minecraft a little bit, which we are absolutely not. None of us actually feel the way he describes. He's losing an argument that he made up in his own head. I'm sure many of us are more than happy to pass down our Minecraft memories to the younger generation. And second of all, technically Minecraft does still belong to us older folks. According to multiple demographic surveys and statistics, which I will link below, a majority of Minecraft players are 15 years old or older, and I refuse to believe that these mega corporations misread the data to this severe of an extent. Even if the market research for these statistics aren't foolproof, it's hard to imagine that the actual data is that far off. The Kotaku article couldn't cite any sources to suggest that Minecraft is a franchise that is, and I quote, aimed at elementary school kids. They mentioned physical merchandise like clothing or magazines, but the writer refused to elaborate on why any of this implies that it's for children. Adults wear clothes too, you know, and probably also read more magazines than children do. Even the mechanics of Minecraft aren't necessarily aimed at kids. If you fellas have a solid grasp of redstone, you're introduced to skills and concepts that electricians use. The villager and piglin barter systems are simulated direct exchange barter economies. I'm not saying it's impossible for children to navigate all these complicated systems, but I'd wager that a majority of this stuff wasn't necessarily added in for the children. And even if these mechanics were dumbed down for a younger audience, it's still not to the extent that we see in the Minecraft movie teaser. We don't perceive the movie as being made for children because of the childlike elements in it. We perceive the movie as being made for children because of the Hollywoodisms surrounding it. And even then, that doesn't mean that the children in question would even like it. If you think that children are going to fall for the Easter eggs and cameos because their standards are lowered, then you have zero clue how much influence discourse has, especially online. Roughly 70% of the engagement on the official teaser is negative, and negative word of mouth spreads fast. A few accounts of kids liking the movie ultimately means nothing, because this tiny sample barely even represents what most children may be feeling. Actually, the child of the Guardian's journalist thought that the movie, and I quote, looks like pants. Truly biting criticism here. While we don't have an adequate sample of children's opinions of the Minecraft movie, there's a chance that the film fails to capture even the kids' demographic. Need I remind you, we're still talking about the first teaser here. Not a lot was revealed about the story or the characters, so a lot of this judgment is purely based on how this film looks. Of course, kids' movies succeed all the time, even among older audiences regardless of whether the movie is marketed towards adults. We also have to acknowledge the obvious fact that it's possible to make a movie that is geared towards children, but also be extremely funny or even meaningful to an older audience. We've been seeing a lot of that lately after Puss in Boots: The Last Wish blew our collective minds with how well written and directed it was. You couldn't point out anything specific about that movie that made it exclusively enjoyable to one group, but there are definitely people who would still consider it a kids movie despite that. But kids movies don't even need to achieve what Puss in Boots: The Last Wish did to still be watched and enjoyed by older moviegoers. Despicable Me has a cult fanbase, and I could guarantee you fellas that the abundance of awful Minion memes on Facebook were not made by little kids. The Minecraft movie looks like one of those types of films. It only took a couple of months after the Minecraft Live reveal until we got more about the movie. Maybe Warner, Mojang, and Legendary were trying to re-strategize, or maybe they wanted to lay low because of the internet drama that erupted around this time. I'm sure it was impossible to drop any news when one of the biggest celebrities in the world was wrapped up in such heated drama, so this certainly threw a wrench in the marketing plan, but the next bit of Minecraft news was at least positive enough to push it into the Chronic Crisis stage. Again, ideally it wouldn't take this long. It's pretty clear that in this extended period of silence that a lot of people that weren't on board with the first teaser just stopped caring about it. But for the people that did care, at least they made it to the Chronic Crisis stage amidst all the circumstances. Mr. B! Where the Acute Crisis stage is regrouping and gathering all the information about who would be effective, the Chronic Crisis stage is taking action upon that information. And action came in the form of content creators. Now, it's not like the Minecraft movie didn't utilize content creators before this. We have known for a while that the streamer Valkyrae would make a cameo in the film. But Valkyrae's brand isn't as tied to the Minecraft brand as these 4 content creators, who were revealed in one of the behind-the-scenes shoots for the Minecraft movie. Mumbo Jumbo, LD Shadow Lady, Aphmau, and DanTDM. All of these people are legacy YouTube creators that are most well known for their Minecraft content, even if their channels do have plenty of variety.
Is the Bloods versus Crips GTA mod, yes.
While I personally am not familiar with all these creators, aside from DanTDM, his presence alone gave me that much more respect for the project, and I can imagine the same would go for all you fellas if you know any of the other content creators. And they weren't just there for promotion's sake, even though that was certainly a massive reason why they were there. Many have speculated that they were actually going to make a cameo in the film. They were confirmed to have direct involvement with the film though. Not too much was revealed about who was doing what, but we were at least told that Mumbo Jumbo, with his technical knowledge of Minecraft, was working with the team to create unique traps in the movie that would most likely even make its way over to the video game. DanTDM showed off some square broccoli. You know, that was just the thing that the Minecraft movie was missing. I can't wait to watch this film now! Afterwards, they all made sponsored YouTube shorts related to their experiences visiting the set in New Zealand, and revealed some extra behind-the-scenes stuff. One interesting sentiment that was shared among fans was that the raw set was actually really good looking. All the props and stuff were made with such amazing detail, and it showed a lot of love and commitment to the project. The problem was that while it looked great without all that movie magic, the way they sat in the composited movie didn't look as good. The depth and beauty of the props and landscapes were wiped away on top of all the cartoonish color grading and CGI, which kind of ruined the magic of the photorealistic sets. But overall, this was a great move on the part of the Minecraft movie. Even though the YouTubers in question weren't allowed to say anything bad about the film, both out of obligation and because they were flown out like 31 hours, it still seemed like a genuine interest for the creators. DanTDM even did a full trailer breakdown after it was revealed. Oh, that's right, the trailer dropped! Now let's finally talk about the first official trailer, which was much better received. And I have a few theories as to why.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Let's talk about Steve. I'm sure Jack Black offers a level of familiarity to people of all generations, whether you know him from the Super Mario Bros. Movie or Tropic Thunder. At this point, there wasn't much we could do about Jack Black being Steve. To ask him to tune down his performance would be like asking people to watch the Minecraft movie without first smoking a pack of cigarettes. Yes, it's not exactly the perfect casting, and you can't force people to like it. But we've already had about 2.5 months to sit with it, and a lot of people kind of accepted it and thought, wait, Jack Black playing Steve is actually funny as hell. It's hard to imagine that there aren't going to be plenty of Minecraft fans that would want to check it out just for the heck of it. And I don't think that our on-screen Steve not being who we pictured is going to deter people from the fact that, holy crap, my childhood is getting turned into a movie. From here on out, it seemed like Minecraft really repositioned itself to be more comedic and in tune with meme culture. Were there still people that were pissed? Sure, but you can't please everybody. You have to risk being disliked by some people to be liked by others. Man, I sure hope that statement doesn't come back to bite. But one other thing this trailer did was give us context.
I like how they said take 2 as if the first trailer was a bad one. They need to make another one of it. I think it was more, the first one was actually called a teaser, and it didn't really have much context, and without context, it does seem super random.
And that is actually pretty true. That's not to say that the crimes of the teaser were pardoned. No, they really handpicked some of the most grotesque clips to show off in that thing. But at least now we can see more of a vision. This was a truly pivotal moment for the Minecraft movie, bringing the discourse back to life, and in a much more positive manner. They laughed at Chris Pratt acting as Mario. They laughed at the Sonic movie. All I'm saying is that there is still hope. Between the release of that trailer and the next substantial drop of info we'd get from the movie, there were plenty of things here and there that, while probably not changing anybody's mind about the movie as a whole, probably influenced perceptions of the Minecraft brand in general. How much do they influence perceptions? Well, it depends on how much you give a damn. To start it off, on December 3rd, 2024, the YouTuber and programmer Kian Bros decided to go on a mission to sue Minecraft and raise $139,032.84 worth of Swedish kroner to do so. Okay, so maybe that's not a great look. The issue stemmed from one of Kian's mods called Grand Theft Minecart and a supposed firearms ban that affects his mod's availability. And I'm gonna be real, this whole thing is kind of fishy. There are definitely things to take Minecraft to court over, but this whole firearms thing didn't even really affect Kian's mod as it is right now. The firearms law has almost nothing to do with the Swedish government, and it seems like Kian is inexperienced with building a viable case since not a single lawyer wants it despite having such a massive target. But he did hit his donation goal really quickly, so what do I know? I don't want to go into too much detail because it isn't super relevant, but he made a video about it, which YouTubers do sometimes. While it didn't directly make matters worse for the Minecraft movie, sentiments and frustrations about Minecraft's enforcement of their terms definitely didn't make matters better. On January 22nd, Jack Black was double nominated as the Worst Actor and Worst Supporting Actor at the Razzies. The Golden Raspberries are the anti-Oscars, awards for the worst of the year, and Jack Black happened to be nominated for Worst Actor for his work in Dear Santa, and the Worst Supporting Actor for his work in another video game adaptation in 2024, the Borderlands movie. He didn't win either, losing Worst Actor to Jerry Seinfeld, and losing Worst Supporting Actor to Jon Voight, who was nominated for this category across 3 separate movies. Now that's impressive. I don't think this nomination did much for the Minecraft movie's reputation, not only because Jack Black didn't win the award, and not because nobody makes a big fuss about the Razzies, but also, did this really change your opinion of Jack Black's performance in the Minecraft movie? It wasn't all bad news though. The rest of January for the Minecraft movie was full of interesting partnerships. It's common for other businesses to team up to bring in wider audiences, and high-profile movies very often do this with snacks. For example, Minecraft Oreos, where they just engraved a bunch of Minecraft imagery on the titular cookie. One is a sword, the other is a creeper, and that one is that cube thing shown off in the trailer. Nothing too crazy, fitting of being put in the r/mildly interesting subreddit. You could wash those down with some Minecraft creeper milk. I'm also just now finding out that Oreo has a Minecraft server. Unlike Doritos, who decided for the very first time to add another vertex to their chip. This is the first time Doritos have ever intentionally changed their chip shape in 61 years. And it was all to find out that creepers taste like sweaty feet. I'm sorry, I just can't really imagine many of these tasting good since most of these flavors are typically found on potato chips, not tortilla chips. I wouldn't know though, I've never tried it. There are only ever 100 packs of chips that had these square Doritos, and if you found one, you could win 10,000 pounds. Yes, around 340 million people were blissfully ignorant of the I Am Steve chips. Wait, shoot. Since these are UK exclusive, I should probably replace every instance of the word chips with crisps and start talking like this. Interestingly enough, the Minecraft movie ran a promo with Albert Bartlett potatoes on January 29th, 2025. Yeah, okay, I'm sure that really revolutionized the market for potatoes.
What the hell?
There are confirmed to be potatoes in the Minecraft movie, so why not? Unlike Doritos, Albert Bartlett didn't go the extra mile to change the shape of their potatoes to be a rectangular prism. But they did make some Minecraft movie inspired recipes, so that's cute, I guess. I always wonder why so many behind the scenes shots of the movie always focused on the potato bricks. And finally, LEGO Minecraft movie sets were teased. I swear Lego sets were not this expensive when I was a small child. And to really separate the Minecraft movie sets from the Minecraft sets, they just made their Lego characters regular looking figurines. You know, this is a great move for brand awareness and driving sales, and I don't care, I just want to play with Legos. You know what? Despite everything, it seems like the work Warner Brothers, Mojang, and Legendary put into this is paying off. Sure, they haven't won over everybody, but they were successfully able to capture a core audience of people that were either inspired by the Minecraft movie's vision and the people behind it, or people who are expecting a so bad it's good experience. All they really have to do before the final stretch of the movie is release one final trailer, some promotional materials, and the grueling 11-year-long journey for a Minecraft movie will finally be realized. We can finally reach the sweet, sweet crisis resolution stage. Don't mess this up. I can suddenly deeply relate to Chainsmokers. Crisis management isn't a perfect step-to-step cycle, and a new issue can arise. Ideally, you would like to resolve one crisis before relapsing. So Warner Brothers has been going around and copyright claiming videos that use C418's Minecraft soundtrack, which they are not allowed to do. You see, the copyright system is designed to protect people's creations. Once you have made something, you are protected by copyright and can strike down or collect money from anything that infringes on the work that you have laboriously composed. Warner Brothers did not compose the Minecraft soundtrack. So why is their name showing up as the content owners of the Minecraft soundtrack? If copyright claiming was already a frowned upon practice, then copyright claiming stuff that doesn't even belong to you is a glared upon practice. You didn't even have to make videos about anything related to the Minecraft movie. Warner were just demonetizing and taking money from other content creators' videos left and right because of the presence of the Minecraft soundtrack in them. Yeah, I'm sure that will help the Minecraft movie sell tickets. YouTube's copyright detection was always a hellhole. A common misconception is that you could copyright claim anything without proof of ownership. That isn't true at all. However, the system is just so garbage that even though you need to prove ownership, you can easily get around this. Since Warner Brothers acquired the sync license to C418's music to use in the film, they could use that as a point of leverage to say they own the property, and can therefore control the fate of anything that uses it. And appealing a copyright takedown is a whole other beast, since YouTube has a very unfair and inconsistent moderation team. I can't risk Warner Brothers swooping in and wrongfully taking my money. To add insult to injury, C418 has made the Minecraft soundtrack completely copyright free for any content creators that want to use his music within their videos. So Warner Brothers essentially ruined a safe space. Minecraft soundtrack is not only very versatile and video friendly, but it is also one of the most popular video game soundtracks ever. So a large net of videos on YouTube are affected by the sudden change. What is interesting are the other names listed other than the offshoots of Warner, most notably Latin Autor. Latin Autor is a music publishing rights organization that covers, as you probably could have guessed, a number of Latin American regions, and they have consistently been involved with false copyright claims on video games. They brand themselves as a non-profit that is fighting for fair compensation and stuff like that, but I hope nobody really believes that. Everybody not so affectionately knows them as the kings of copyright, because at the end of the day, they're just another corporate name in the music industry that somehow weaseled their way into helping Warner collect money from videos that use Minecraft music. And with that screw up, the Minecraft movie once again fell on the naughty list of the public. Unfortunately, right before the final trailer was dropped on February 27th, 2025. And man, this trailer was actually really fun, and would have perfectly set the stage for what the Minecraft movie would be, but that copyright screw-up was absolutely unforgivable. The trailer did showcase some more ugly CGI mobs, and some fine-looking ones. They showed off some cool new wide shots, but followed it up with some extremely corny one-dimensional dialogue. But what were we expecting at this point? There is, as usual, a fair mix of people who are excited and extremely put off by all of this. And in late February of 2025, My Sleep Paralysis Demon was released, and you could buy him for $12. What is it with high-profile movies and action figure mishaps? Like, it doesn't look bad. If I saw it on the street, I'd ask it for an autograph, but it just isn't very marketable. Well, from its long and messy reveal to the ugly visual effects, and now to the abuse of C418's music, some people were really fed up with the way the Minecraft movie has been turning out. And on March 8th, 2025, a large group of fans got together to produce what they believe what the Minecraft movie should have been, without any of the BS Hollywood shenanigans behind it. This is purely a not-for-profit passion project that is written and directed by Democracy. The way big decisions are going to be made for this movie is through a voting system. And, well, this one comment points out the flaws in this project perfectly. Essentially, the project relies heavily on the hype of participants. And if your idea or contribution isn't voted for, you have no reason to stick around for the project. There also doesn't seem to be much leadership and organization, so the project could end up in another decade-long development hell. Alright, so the prodromal crisis stage is— okay, yeah, I'm not doing all that. They did answer some questions in a long Q&A video, but I didn't really watch it. Maybe this can be a topic for another video, but I just brought this project up because it demonstrates that despite the increasingly positive reception to the movie, there are still hundreds of thousands of diehard fans in protest of the Minecraft movie. The Minecraft movie's final shot at redemption came in Minecraft Live 2025 on March 22nd, and there isn't much to say here. Since the initial teaser, the actual content of the reveals have been pretty consistent. The CGI characters are still hit or miss, the tone is still overly jovial, and there really isn't that much more context that further scenes can really add without spoiling major plot points in the movie. The Minecraft movie portion of the Minecraft Live was mainly hosted by the actress Emma Myers, and we got to see an extended segment of a clip we have been previously teased, and a bunch of new stuff coming into Minecraft. For example, whoa! Can you believe that they're gonna put Steve in Minecraft? But actually, not this Steve, but Jack Black, who is Steve, but also isn't. If this Jack Black skin doesn't say, "I'm Steve," every 15 seconds, I'm going to riot.
I'm Steve.
No way. See what I mean about them leaning into the memes now? Minecraft Live showed off a live multiplayer event running from March 25th to April 7th in Minecraft Bedrock Edition called the Battle for Midport Village. There are 3 minigames you can participate in for a Minecraft movie-themed cape. Mining with Henry, which is a minigame where you collect resources and work around hostile mobs. Protecting the payloads with Natalie and Dawn, where you're trying to defend a carriage full of your freshly mined resources from a horde of piglins. And Defending the Walls with Garrett, which incorporated RTS elements where you're supposed to defend your villages from a piglin army. Haven't we seen this somewhere before? Ah, but instead of wasting $50 on a subpar video game that ripped off Brutal Legend featuring Jack Black, you can just play Minecraft instead, featuring Jack Black. This was actually a really cool thing to see, and if the content here teases little details about the movie, that's pretty awesome. The event itself was pretty basic. The minigames were fun for a bit, but got repetitive. I just got bored and then started wandering off and hunting for emeralds half the time. Hey, I'm just appreciating the craftsmanship that goes into designing this kind of stuff. This place is beautiful. It is now harder than ever to gauge the public's opinion of how the Minecraft movie would turn out at this point. According to Google Trends, this was when the Minecraft movie was at its most relevant, even more so than when that first teaser dropped. The discourse and anticipation was extremely high, as this was around the time that the Minecraft movie was ready to be unveiled in all its glory to critics and media in early screenings. Critics were able to give us the first taste of what the movie was going to be like. And that is so important with a film as polarizing as a Minecraft movie. Now, it doesn't matter how good or bad critics or audiences rate a movie for it to find box office success. Because I feel like nowadays, people understand how terrible critics can be at judging a work of art for what it actually represents. Like the disparity between the Rotten Tomato critics scores and the audience scores for the Mario movie. Yeah, the film isn't exactly The Godfather Part 4, but we kind of already knew that. Mario fans just wanted to know if it would be a fun movie that respects the fans. $1 billion later, I wonder if they like the movie. Video game and franchise adaptations are especially bad when it comes to critics because the critics themselves may not even be fans of the source material, so they probably wouldn't have the context to evaluate it properly. We can't trust the critic score of the Minecraft movie, because even though Minecraft is the best-selling game in the world, movie critics aren't trained to look at movies through gamer goggles. Well, luckily the early screenings aren't only for the critics. That's right, I got to see the Minecraft movie 5 days before the rest of the world did, in a first come, first served pre-screening. And might I add, I got to see it for free. Obviously, I can't show you fellas too much of the experience. If Warner Brothers was willing to steal money from YouTubers for using Minecraft music, they would absolutely obliterate me if I showed even a fraction of what I saw. Not that it really mattered, because you could probably watch the entire movie via Instagram Reels thanks to how much people were recording inside the theaters after it released. Also, I wanted to film B-roll of the outside, but the AMC I was at had this really ugly scaffolding over it. But being here was great because the line was jam-packed full of people that I talked to see what they were feeling going into the screening to see the film. Hi, I just wanted to cut in and say that I had voice memos of me interviewing the people that were online, but the phone I recorded it on broke, and I thought I transferred the audio files over, but I didn't, so all that's completely gone. That sucks. There was some really interesting stuff there, and I hate recording in public, so I did all that for nothing, but just believe me when I say that these people thought of the movie the way I claim that they did. Obviously, a lot of the people that were there were big fans of the video game. Others were just there to take their kids, and interestingly enough, I was even able to find some educators there to see the film. Now granted, this was an early screening of the movie. Many people were excited about the movie, although that's mainly just the children I surveyed. Many of the teens and adults in line were very introverted and didn't seem to want to talk to me. The ones that did entertain my small talk though seemed to be less excited and more curious. But even though they didn't care about the movie's concept or vision, they still lined up to see it at 10 o'clock in the morning. So can we safely say that we have reached the anticipated crisis resolution stage? Well, it's complicated. After watching the movie and taking into account everything I heard about the movie from other people that were also there to see it, it just seemed to confirm everything we knew and expected. There were groups of people that Mojang, Warner, and Legendary had clearly won over with their marketing, those mainly being children. And there were also people there that were accepting of this movie's ugliness as one big meme. If you didn't come there for the theatrical experience, which most people weren't, you came there for the fear of missing out, or a communal experience. And those don't necessarily imply quality, or tell us whether the Minecraft movie necessarily succeeded in redeeming its reputation. But talking to all these people made me think, what are we even evaluating the success of this movie by anymore? Are we evaluating it by what it is, or what it could have been? Do we take into account the destabilized expectations, the messy screw-ups, the ones that turn their nose up at the film and refuse to watch it? Cause let's be clear, this film is a disaster. It failed to recuperate the massive audience it lost, and it failed hard. But as I sat in that theater, watching the movie, sitting next to Minecraft fans, I realized that the film had found its people. The people that pressed like on that first teaser, even when over 1.8 million people voted against it. The fans that found novelty in the cliche and beauty in the ugliness. Or the fellas that just witnessed the biggest dumpster fire and enjoyed every second of it. These people didn't give a damn about what the haters of this movie thought about it, or what the box office valuation looked like. I made this damn spreadsheet for nothing. This movie may have failed hard, but it succeeded hard as well. And Jack Black makes me hard. When the film actually released, the first few accounts of people watching it were bizarre, especially given the storm that we knew would unfold in the following month. Charlie and Chazington, and probably some other YouTubers that I came across, reported empty theaters. Like 0 people.
The Minecraft movie came out today, and for the first time in a very, very long time, I was the only person in a theater for this screening.
And then we get there, it's a fucking ghost town. Nobody is at this fucking theater. We walk in and there is 2 other people in the entire room, and this is opening day.
It's fucking 5:30 on Minecraft movie day, a sacred holiday. And I am the only one in this theater. I'm not exaggerating.
Nobody's fucking there.
And then, well, I'm sure you know what happens next. Just to be clear, I in no way condone making the underpaid AMC worker work overtime to sweep up a sea of popcorn. This is 10 times worse than the gentle Minions trend, but at a time when nobody is interested in going to a physical theater to watch over-budgeted and underperforming films, this is something else. This brought people together, man. Homies turned into lovers in that theater. A bunch of my friends went to see the movie after I did, and they had a lot more fun than me because where I watched the film through the lens of is movie good, my friends watch the film through the lens of Return to Monkey. Damn. One other thing this movie did great was cameos. Obviously, the YouTubers that were flown out made it into the movie, but also Technoblade, a beloved Minecraft YouTuber that passed away after battling with metastatic sarcoma in 2022. This cameo apparently initially wasn't even supposed to happen until one of the cast suggested it, and it was honestly such a nice gesture. According to some sources as well, the Revenge parody of Usher and Pitbull's DJ's Got Us Falling in Love was used in one of the drafts, but Tryhard Ninja and Captain Sparkles were ultimately not able to have the song in the final cut. Oh man. Nevertheless, there are plenty of other details and references to geek out about, and despite the worrying lack of faithfulness and carelessness we may have seen in the initial teasers, this was one of the few massive draws this movie had, so they definitely capitalized on that pretty hard. And okay, maybe there is a lot of pushback still. This movie went against everything the film community holds dear, and I would still like to see a conventionally good Minecraft movie because I feel like there is a market for that and a lot of story potential. Nevertheless, this is a project that requires you to go into it with an open mind, just as if you were starting up a fresh new game world. This movie will make it to those who want to watch and enjoy the movie, and to those people, the project is a massive success. After all, this is a big step for Minecraft. This film project has been in the works since 2014, and no matter how bad you think the Minecraft movie is, at least it isn't the worst film of 2025. There were a lot of missteps, and I feel like the salt that Warner Brothers, Mojang, and Legendary rubbed in the wounds of many fans still have not fully healed yet. But the Minecraft movie knew what they got, and they delivered. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan when I watched the movie at the pre-screening, maybe I'm gonna have a different perspective on it if I go in with a different lens, and surrounded by different people. Maybe I just need to throw a crap ton of popcorn and make those underpaid AMC workers go through hell for their minimum wage paycheck. Maybe I'm gonna get so big that my hallucinations start seeing things, and then order a McDonald's Minecraft Happy Meal. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.